Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to the Road to Results podcast. Yes, the Mindset Journey. This is episode 4. So before we get into this one, I just want y'all to understand you can hear it now, but on this episode, I didn't have the best mic. So we got a little bit of an echo, but the content is still fire. So stick with us. We want to show you the good, the bad, the ugly, the in between. But stick with us and roll through this episode because we will progress. You get a little bit more crisper, but stick with episode 4 and enjoy.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Road to Results podcast, the Double R podcast. I'm Rod, that's Ray, and we are here just to share with you first and foremost our road and our journey. We're trying to uncover our road and our journey to results. All right, to results. So if this is your first time rocking with us, thank you for taking the time to check out this pod. Please be sure to subscribe, give us a review on all of the streaming platforms. We much appreciate all the feedback so we can only get better. Because when we think about the road to results and uncovering it, as Ray and I have always shared, it's never a perfect road. It's never a straight line. It's never always going to go how you planned, but it's always about how you make those adjustments and how you make those adjustments so you can keep pushing forward. What's going on, Ray? How you doing, bro?
Oh, man, we doing good, brother. Doing good. You know, coming off a daddy daycare weekend. Daughter was sick. Nursed her back to health. I think she gave me a little bit of whatever she had. So, you know, got her some results. Now I got to get me some results.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. So how's it been since last week, bro? Like, I know every week where we want to share some of the results that we had and the road to those results. So what has been kind of brewing for you lately? What are some of the things kind of on the horizon, or what has already came through for you in this last week?
Oh, yeah. Obviously, you know, we talked about last week, you know, we're on these calls every single morning, you know, 4:30 a.m. I'm getting up for me, you know, 5:30 for you, but, you know, that's early. But that's what we want to do is we want to get up when we want to set the tone for the day to get those results. And just between last week and as much as I don't look forward to getting up, it puts me in the tone to like take those intentional actions to get the results that I want.
Facts.
And like we'll talk about it and be done by 5:30 a.m. And I'm like, all right, well, I said I can get this done by noon. Let me just get this done before 6, before I have to wake my daughter up and get her ready for school. So I'm like, and it's just getting that first win of the day. When before it used to just be like the first win of the day was just get up and put some cold water on my face and get dressed. Like that was a win. Like, yo, I made it.
We was here that thing, right? Win the morning, win the day, right? Kind of that saying that they used to say. And I'll just say, right, like honestly, for all our listeners, whether you've been following us or this is your first time, what we really are talking about right now is that extreme accountability. Bro, accountability, the level of accountability, and I made an Instagram video on this last week, is just been crazy because what Ray is talking about is a group of us all around the country, some of us out of the country, getting up at whatever time zone, Monday through Friday, and being very clear and laser focused on what are the goals for today, what are the steps, and by what time. Right. And I think just mentally, and I love what you said earlier before we recorded, like mentally there's a shift and it even affects our physical. So can you just share like what you shared before we started recording about the change in even your morning routine since we've started this extreme accountability?
Yeah. So let me make it clear for the audience. So early mornings hasn't been like it's been a part of my adult life. I did 20 years in the Army. We had some early days. We got some long days. But it was never my thing. Like, it was never something that, you get used to it. No, it was never my thing. But through those repetitions of doing it, at some point it didn't bother me. I will say it never was something I looked forward to, but it didn't bother me. And when we first started these accountability calls, because we were only supposed to be doing coaching, you know, 4 times a week, you know, Monday, the following Monday. Now we're doing accountability calls every morning. You said 5 days a week. We got these Sunday calls now as well. So we doing really 6 days a week. We get like an extra 45 minutes on Sunday. But from literally just from a week, and this is how quickly change can happen for somebody. I like to tell people, it's not as deep, it's not as big, it's not as huge as you think. It's those small steps. We talked about in our call right now. Hey, do the small thing every day. So we can do 365 small things. You're going to see the impact. You're going to see the change.
Come on.
And just from last week to this week, this morning, getting up, I got up with a different energy. Feeling my throat tighten up. I still got up with a different energy, got on the call, and as soon as I was done, typically I'd be feeling like I want to go take a quick power nap before I got to get my daughter up, get her ready. But instead, I decided to start prepping my breakfast that I'm going to have after the gym, making my daughter breakfast, reading my devotional for Holy Week, like just doing these things. So it's not about, when we talk about accountability, it's not about me getting on here and be like, hey, Ray, I'm going to do this. And you be like, hey, Ray, I'm going to do this. It changes the physiology. It changes the energy every day. I'm talking, made my breakfast, made my daughter breakfast instead of just giving her a bowl of cereal because that's easier and we impact on time. Reading my devotionals before the sun even comes up. And then being ready to just, like we said, win the day. I've already got a W before I even left the house.
Facts.
So
yeah. No, and I love that because what came to mind was when E was talking about traits of the greats, right? Traits of the greats. And I'll be honest, man, full transparency, I'm the opposite. I'm the early bird. Your boy is 3-4 o'clock in the morning. Boom, you see me in the morning, bro. I come through making sure your boy is like fresh and crispy and ready to go because I'm so used to getting up, whether it's for the gym, whether it's for my morning prayer, my morning getting in the word, which is still part of the routine. I had to just adjust some of the times a little bit. But I think the biggest thing for me now that energetically, it's like, oh, I get to be with people this morning. Not just people, right? Because I'm a high flight attendant, so it's not just people, but I get to be with family. I get to be with community. I get to be with like-minded, like-hearted folks who want results. So y'all, road to results. If you want to get on the road to results, we hear it more and more. You can't do it alone, and you got to get on the road with the right people. And I'm saying the people who don't necessarily have your vision because it's your vision that God has given you, but are you with the people who's going to push you and who's going to keep you accountable? So since last week, I'm super pumped today because today as we're recording this pod, like literally I got my my ISBN number, I got my barcode, I got my copyrights for the workbook. I just got my first single released and it's being distributed through DistroKid to all multiple streaming platforms. And again, this is just music. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a rapper or an artist like that, but this is music that I would use before a retreat, before at a youth conference, and it's all faith-based. But now the question used to always be like, yo, where can we get this music? Where can we stream? And I'm so outdated, bro. I'm like, I don't got no CDs or nothing like that. But my part of the accountability was get on a streaming platform, do it right, make sure you get it all done properly. And that was the key, bro. So since last week, because of the accountability that y'all have given me, not only is the music available, but bro, from the royalties to distribution to the legalities, like every single part. Like now my boys, like my producer was like, all right, bro, you set. Now you let it sit, you're protected, you're distributed, and you just, again, for lack of better terms, watch the money pile up. Right? He's like, and you don't have to do any more work. And so after like this week for me, after today, I was like, bro, why have I been slipping on this? Why have I been sleeping on myself? On myself, bro. And I think that's one of the clarity for me in being around, amazing men of faith like yourself has been like, yo, I'm just realizing when I realize how much we really deserve this. Yeah. How much the world needs what we have. I told my boy, one of my best friends, I told him about breaking formation and he's right around the corner. So I already got, I'm gonna plug you because I'm like, yo, bro, you got to see my boy. Like, as soon as you get out, he's a lieutenant colonel right now in the Air Force. He about to hit his 20. He's here on the East Coast. Best friend. We're gonna be in Dallas. There it is. Breaking formation. Come on. Oh, with the QR. So yeah, man, I think again, road to results for me since last week, just the accountability. The results have been getting official with the workbook, ISBN, getting the barcode, getting the copyrights all set up, getting the music streaming platform all set up. So now future music, all I gotta do is put the song and the cover, and I mean, like, I got a text today saying it's distributed already. It's on Instagram. It's on Facebook. You can use it for your stories. Like, bruh, like, again.
Hey, you better send that to me. So I'm about to do a video this week and put it on there.
It's all pointing to God in the sense of like, yo, I'm not where I am, I'm not who I am without my faith. And that's something that me and Ray are big on. We'll never shy away from sharing our faith in that way, right? We ain't gonna try to push nothing on nobody. We ain't trying to go deep and talk about theology and all of those things, but we are saying like there's a source. There's a source, bro, and the source is not the cars, it's not the job, right? We hear ET say all the time, the source is not the things, it's not the status. And if we really want it to last, man, we gotta just definitely continue to stay grounded to that. So, bro, high flight attendant, let me pass it over to the pilot, man. Share your thoughts, bro.
No, you good. Yeah, man, you good. So there's a few things in there, man. I want to go on that last one, though, where you talking about our faith, and then it goes with the accountability and everything, like not putting off to tomorrow what you could do today. And it's those small things, but I want to see how it impacts other areas of life. And I already mentioned it, but I got a call today from one of our mentors, one of Danielle and I's mentors. And he shared some information with me that I wasn't privy to. That's not on, socials and anything like that. And I was like, man, I'm gonna pray for you. He's like, yeah, keep me in your prayers, this and that. And what would have been an action of when I get to church next week, maybe a couple prayers in between. We hung up, and literally I was like, no, like, let me pray for you right now. Like, he had to go. So I put my phone on airplane mode so I wouldn't get disturbed. And I literally recorded a voice message for him, like praying for him, and then sent it to him. And it's like, for some, that doesn't seem huge, but keep your word to yourself. Do what you said you were going to do. But literally just took that moment after we hung up, because he was kind of in a rush, and was like, hold on, man, let me stop what I'm doing. Let me do what I say I was going to do. Because this is part of the community of people that have held me accountable, but have also elevated me for the results that I've gotten and put me in position to help others. So let me stop what I'm doing and let me go ahead and pray for him and his family and send it to him in this moment, instead of waiting and doing what a lot of us say, well, I'm not at church. I'm not, no, it's not the altar call. Let me pray for you right now. And we talk about the importance of being in this community. You wanted to get up and being part of this. We talk about those small steps that get us the results. Like last Monday, we talked about you getting the ISBN, releasing the music, all that stuff. I was supposed to incorporate breaking formation, bro. I got the actual documents back today. I got my EIN, I got my certificate of formation, I got my operating agreement. I got all that stuff today, because I said I was going to do it last week. And we talked about on Sunday the importance of, well, first, the saying of, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with.
Come on.
So if you with people that are being average or even below average, don't be surprised. But it's also important why you hold each other accountable, because if you continue to grow and you're not encouraging or being a demonstration or a light for others that want to pursue it, like if you aren't hyping up, and you talked about it, the mind switch. I'm not busy, I'm productive.
Come on.
So if you see that I'm being productive and I am producing, you can see the fruit that I'm producing, you're probably going to want to grow with me.
Come on.
So how important it is to be in that community of people that all we want to do is win. All we want to do is
win. Let's go.
No matter what, we just want to see each other win. And even it's in the smallest of tasks. And I've already, in our community, because of me sharing my results in other areas in the real estate game, I had one of our accountability group, Jocelyn, called me this morning.
Come on.
Hey, I heard you were in this. And then I had someone from a different group hit me up last week about, hey, I'm trying to get a loan with this. Can you help me out? And I'm like, yo, let's set up a time. Let's talk.
That's it.
But it's like, you sharing those results, you doing what you said you were going to do. Yo, it's going to bear fruit. It's going to help you. You're going to grow. You don't have a choice but to it. But do the things you say you were going to do. Get the results. Mm-hmm. And everything else is going to flow through it. Like, so much is going to come to you. Stop keeping it to yourself. So I'm glad you released your music. Because as soon as we're done, I'm going to have you send it to me so that tomorrow I'll do a video. And that's going to be in the hype train.
Hey, there you go.
That's going to come through. But
you know what? I want to just say, first and foremost, thank you for acknowledging what we call intercessory prayer, right? When we intercede for others through prayer, we're interceding to God for others, and not at the next time we go to church or at the next time I pray. I love to drop everything and pray. So first and foremost, I think when we think about results, the results there were not, and I think most people will get prayer caught up with this idea that the results have to be the thing we're praying for. No. That can be a part of it. But the result was you actually took time out of your day for however long or however short to give glory to God, to put God's name in your mouth for someone else, for the well-being of someone else, for love of someone. That's the result. And I think what happens is when people think about the road to results, people are, like you said, looking at big picture results, which we also have our focus and target on, but it's those little results. And so that result of you being able to open your mouth in that moment and say, God, cry out, right? You crying out for someone else? Come on. All right, so that's the first piece I got from that. And then the second piece, and I just want, what I'm really excited about this journey me and you are partaking here is you and I, we literally met through the community. And I'm so glad that we don't have actually a lot of history. Like, we don't go way back, that we are people who are growing and developing just genuine, authentic relationship where people are going to look at us and be like, yo, who's that? Why you rock with that dude, or vice versa? It's all to the GOO because we got results as the focus, we have faith as the foundation, and we have community as the glue. And if it hasn't been for the community and the character,
hold on, say that again. Put that table together again, bro.
So we got results as the focus, we have faith as the foundation, and we have our community as the glue. Right? And that's why we wanted to digitally document our road to results, because of the community and because of the leader of our community, right? In the sense of like the influence, of the huge influence that, and it's crazy because I think about ET, like, again, for the record, I want to be very clear. There's no one ever going to be above our God and our Jesus. Facts. But if we look at what Jesus did and all the 12 he recruited, all from different backgrounds, lifestyles, all the people who were left out, who were like the underdogs. And when you look at ETA and you look at all the different walks of life that have been the pillars of ETA and what they're bringing in, I mean, folks like Fatai, Moose, Nikki, Charles, right? All the folks, Cantus, all game changers. Look at everybody came from all different walks of life. And like you said, bro, all we do is win. That's the road. I mean, that's it. It's the power's in the community right now. And I love the fact that we're documenting this, because when we get to whatever God has for us, and people are like, yo, how'd you check out episode? Check, here it is. And it's going to get to that point where we hate to say it, but we told you so. I'm going to just say it now to all the folks and family, like, yo, we told y'all that we were for reals. And I'm not saying we told you so in a bad way, because I'm a believer. Don't ever say, I'm going to prove you wrong. I'll tell people, don't say I'm going to prove you wrong. Don't prove people wrong, but just prove God right. That's it.
Yeah.
It's a mindset.
Amen.
I'm not trying to prove nobody wrong. I'm just trying to prove that God was right. All right, so anyways, bro, look, I know we were supposed to talk about one principle. I'm going to shoot it over to you. Give us one take away one principle, if you could lead us to the next part as we get ready, because we want to, again, keep it in that good sweet spot of time. What's one principle or takeaway that struck you the most in the last session or two that we had? And for the record, y'all, all the listeners and all the people watching, I got to shout out Ray. I'm going to give him his flowers for this. This man not just takes the notes, but he applies the notes. I see you all the time, always a student, always, hold up, what was that? Writing stuff down. So I don't care how you're old or how young you are or if you're in between, like, people forget, paper remembers, write it down. So yeah, man, just take us through, man. The vault you got there. What's one thing that struck you, that's been striking you real hard lately?
Man, I just want to say, well, first off, bro, like, thank you. Like, that's what we're here for. It's, you hear information changes situations. It is the application of the information that changes situations. If you just apply. And it's more than just applying to your inner self, to your mind, to your heart, and internalizing things. I want to go back to the community piece. Your growth and your blessings can be a headache to others. So this is why it's so important to recognize who is in community with you. Who are you in relations with? And that we're not in this to hide who we are and what we've been through. So the person that I was in relationship with when we met, I want to say a big reason why she's no longer in the picture is because the things that I was pursuing and I thought was for our relationship and for our future was becoming a headache to her because she was not growing in the same direction or the same pace as I was. So it is important to recognize that your growth, if you don't share it with somebody else and you don't challenge those people who you love, they don't have to do it immediately with you, but you have to be a beacon for something that they can pursue, so they can follow, so you can be a light at their feet. But if they don't want to take those steps, you got to do some serious assessment. And it is in that community. Assess your community, assess who you are in that community, and we go back to knowing who you are in the assessment.
Come on, light assessment. Come on.
Yeah.
No, I love that, and I think again, and I love the fact again we on two different we're in two different situations, so to speak. Like, because I'm on the other end of that, right? Like, I'm 17 years together, 15 years married this year, and like you said, Danielle has never been like the gung-ho personal development, into the motivational speaking like me. Like, that's not her space. She's results driven. She's an air traffic control and a high pilot. But it wasn't until she actually went to Phenomenal Life 2022 and was exposed to E.T., CJ, Jamal, her mentor, y'all's mentor, until meeting you in the pool. Like I said in episode number 1, y'all was kicking it in the pool, chopping it up for a good minute, because that was rare. That's rare for my wife to, to meet
two pilots, bro.
Two pilots, you know what I'm saying? And so, so I think the biggest thing for those listening is, if you like, so all that to say for me is, we had that conversation of, are we going to grow together, and are we willing to commit to grow together? Meaning, on some ends, I'm going to have to sacrifice. On some ends, she's going to have to sacrifice. But we both know it's for the growth of us and our relationship. So because I always want to make sure we bring it back to taking points away, or making it land, right? It's like road to results. Now, if it's your relationship, if it's your family, and I love what you said, like, your results are gonna, and your success sometimes is gonna be hindrance and bother other people, which is probably why people ain't fooling with you. Which is probably why when you're trying to share the opportunity with enthusiasm and excitement, because the gap is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, the people that you want to pull out, they ain't ready. Mindset ain't ready. Heart ain't ready. Right? The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. So all that to say, I love that point where you got to reassess and ask yourself, are the people I'm rocking with to get each other to the next level? Are they my people? That's going to get me there. Is my relationship, my spouse, my partner, are we on the same page? If not, what adjustments do we really got to make so we can really accelerate and get the results that we deserve? And that's one of the things I took away from today's training was keep your word to yourself, right? In that last acronym we used. And for me, it was like, I flipped it to myself, like, keep your word to your wife. Keep your word to God. Because I said, thick and thin, sick or poor, poor or rich, right? Sickness and health, like in front of God, I'm going to have to answer to him. And that was it for me. I was like, yo, keep your word to yourself for sure, but keep your word to your wife, bro. Keep your word to what you said on September 13, 2008, St. Basil's, Vallejo, California. And what you said on that altar that you was going to do. And that right there, remove all the other obstacles. So anyways, all right, y'all. So look, final thoughts. I know this is an ongoing conversation. The road to success, the road to results never ends for those of y'all who are rocking with us. And you'll learn that as we go, because you're going to see results after results. Like I love what he said today, 365 little steps, little results. That we hear all the time, 1% better every day. And when you just keep your head down and focus, and you look back, you're going to look up and be like, whoa, dang, I did that. So, Ray, take us home, bro. Final thoughts from my boy RJ.
We're going to keep it simple. Just keep moving. That's it. Just one step. Just one step today, one step tomorrow. It's not that deep. It's not that hard. It's not that complicated. It's just a decision. It's a decision to change your life. It's a decision to be successful. It's a decision to step into the glory and the abundance that God has for you. Nobody else. But if you're in the right community, when you're feeling tired, you'll have other people to push you, other people to pull you, and in some cases, other people to carry you. But that's what we're here for. So just keep going. That's it, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And with that, y'all, we again want to thank you for joining us on the Road to Results podcast. See you next week. Have a great week. Have a blessed week. And we'll definitely catch you in the next one. All right, y'all. Peace.
Yes, sir.